Hey y'all, Will here, otherwise Xelray, and today you're going to learn a mod farm for weapon and gear mods alike that gives you many chances at getting legendary mods that will help improve your character and bring it to new levels if you haven't already got some of these through other means. They are a rarity, and we're using brute force tactics to push our RNG to get these. And it will help your character if you need a boost. Mods in OnceHuman are an RNG factor, and even if you get the mod you want, if it doesn't have the best attributes you need, you'll probably want to farm for another one. And if you don't get those exact attributes, it may hinder you in hard or master modes or raid bosses or other places in the game where you can't inch out that extra little DPS, or you have the DPS but you don't have the extra health or defense means to deal with a mechanic in the fight and you get one shot. These little barriers can be overrun by having good mods. Quick note, this hospital here has medical supplies. There's 2 on the 2nd floor, 1 on the 1st floor, and they have a longer cooldown. You can get these gear crates every 3 or 4 hours, it feels like, maybe sooner, but I haven't quite diced out the timer. Those medical supplies are on like a 6 or 8 hour timer, so it takes a lot longer to get those. However, they're a good thing to get. Having extra activators to heal you in a pinch for free, you can't pass it up. There are better ways to farm those activators, and I can explain that for you folks later. However, any activator you can find is better than having to craft it, in my opinion. Another thing about this run is that if you have the damage to deal with it, take out the bosses. They drop blue loot bags from their corpse, and those can get you weapons that are pre-crafted that when you break down you get tons of stardust, being the biggest sticking point unless you have very specific recipes in the game, or materials just to bolster yourself so you can make your next weapon or armor piece. Mind you, gear crates can also drop those as well. Armor for gear crates, weapons for weapon crates, that may allow you to try a new build type by giving you a piece of armor that you can play with but you can't keep. I really don't like that system, mind you. I wish that if you found a piece of armor in the game, by paying a cost, maybe a hefty sum, you should be able to keep it and play with it because you found it. I'm not really sure the reasoning behind finding gear that you can't repair in this game. I'd love to know the idea behind that. But having a build that you wouldn't otherwise have is fun when everything's RNG. Now maybe the sticking point is you can't calibrate the weapon. Not sure. This area that I'm in right now, to break up that little monologue, has a ton of materials in it. These little tables give you recipes, as you just saw. They give you tons of materials and pretty much every sort of material you need outside of tungsten and aluminum, in small quantities. So if you're doing this farm often, you will get a lot of materials built up to help your character. Exclusively, I'm trying to go for weapon and gear crates, though. This is just too good to pass up. That's a mimic chest right there. Don't try to pick that one up. That one hurts you. I don't like that one. You don't like it either, I'm sure. These tables are a win. You don't actually need to go to this 2nd floor if you don't want the materials. You can bypass the 2nd floor entirely, go straight for the crate in this area, and get out of here to the next spot. But I find that these materials are too good to pass up. This next boss that we go to as well doesn't drop any loot. I wish it would. It's the only elite mob in the game that I can tell that drops no loot, that the game gives you a quest to kill. So it feels kind of weird. He spawns right where I'll be jumping right here. Right there. He spawns about right there. Someone already took him out, but why doesn't that one drop loot? All the other ones drop loot. And the only elites that really aren't worth killing are time-sensitive elites, like the Balloon Man. The Balloon Man boss is one you'll see, and we'll run past him here in a second. Here, also, if you can align your bike to go out this road, it gets you going a lot quicker. See, that Balloon Man? That Balloon Man sucks to kill, because you can't actually use weapon damage. You have to do a mechanic with him, and it just takes too long to do. So I always avoid him. In this room right here, last chest you need in Blackfell. If you want to do a quick run, see? There's a legendary right there. If you want to do a quick run, that's the quick run. That gets you 8 chests or 7 chests right there very quickly. That only took me 5 minutes and you're done. However, next we're going to the Blackfell oil fields, and from this location, skirting around this river is the best way to do it, in my opinion. And you'll be able to get another 4 chests. And these chests aren't updated on the maps very well, so they will be eventually, but these 4 chests, 2 of them are available on most maps. So someone's been slacking on trying to update those, it seems like, in this beta compared to last beta. So bosses, you get plenty of bosses here where you can get gear as well. And at the end of this, you'll see how good getting random loot gear is if you're not intending to use it, because you can get calibration pluses on those gear that give you extra stardust, which is a pretty amazing thing. And we got some artifacting in the game here, but that's gonna mess me up right here. Yeah, messed me up. If you jump at the right location, you can get up that, no problem. You'll see in a second. There you go. First chest, you have 3 more. 2 of them are up high, which a lot of people don't see them, I guess, because you had to go upstairs and ladders. Bosses in general, as I said, just take them out. If you're max level, level 45 elite shouldn't be an issue, and you can pick them up and get the loot on the go. You don't even need to stop if you spam your F key quick enough. Overall, though, I usually see between 2-3 legendary mods on average. Of course, they're randomized, yet if you don't use them, you can break them down for extra mod gear calibration points, because you need to increase your mods to higher rarities, and that's a very, very expensive process. And even if you have pretty good mods, you may want to, just for no reason other than being ready to upgrade mods in the future for a different build, keep a good sum of them by doing this run. This run might future-proof itself from how weapon and gear mods work currently. I believe that will hold true. So doing this a couple times a day in your downtime takes no more than 12-13 minutes if you're quick about it, is a great thing. Like, yeah, your buddy needs to go to the bathroom or get something to eat and you have nothing better to do, come over to Blackfell, do this run, get extra utility for your character that otherwise you may not have when you need it, and you're safe and ready to go. There's 2 more in this area. We're going to the 3rd. Then we're going to fly over to the last area, which is Evergreen, that has 3 chests and 2 bosses. Besides that, this is pretty much the run. There's another legendary right there, and another item. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 items on this run alone. And at the end, you'll see how much they break down for. I've been saving them up for a little bit of time, so it's not a 1 run haul. It's like a 5 or 6 run haul, but you get it. I also, in the future, video titles for you guys is get some other runs that I've seen that help me out on other random resources, such as mixed fuel. If you don't have a good way to get mixed fuel, there's one area that you can run up and down once a day, twice a day. The cars have a long restock time on the loot crate that the car is. However, sometimes mixed fuel is a pain in the butt, and you may want to farm that here and there, especially now that there is a optimization in your memetics screen. You know, the optimizations you get every 5 levels. One of those, which I think is the best in the game currently, allows you to turn Star Trace ore, which has no use from what I can tell, into Star Dust with a byproduct cost of portable mixed fuel. So, one thing that I'll be doing on a new character, if it stays the same way, when this game launches, is to make sure I have a good source of portable mixed fuel. If I can make it from sulfur through another optimization, that's probably best in slot if Stardust is going to be as rare and needed as it is, especially if you are a theory crafter in this game and want to make builds after builds after builds to see which works the best and have fun seeing the different styles of gameplay OnceHuman offers. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for optimizations for 1.0 launch, which is coming very soon. I've heard August at latest. We'll see if that holds true, but if so, it's coming quick. Finally, we're getting to Evergreen. There is a little route I like to take. However, it's not the quickest. Maybe there's a cleaner route, and I'm sure you can clean this route up a little bit better than I have. Also, this is a great point to make of keep your food and water maxed, because it makes you go slow if you're not having good water management. Always kill this elite. If you don't, he will one-shot you. His laser beam sucks, and it kills you. Be very careful of that. Blues again. See how quick those are? You just need to click on them twice and go. You don't need to sit on them. You can run and go. We have one more elite, then another chest that it took me a long time to find this third chest. Honestly, I didn't know it existed until like half of my runs have been already done this beta. This is one of the new elites as well, if you haven't seen it yet. Usually a pain in the butt. Get the right weapon, no big deal. And this area hurts. Always bring activators and adrenaline shots. Sometimes you're being lazy or you get distracted by a pet, family member, phone call. If you find yourself on the ground, you want to be able to pick yourself up. I find that keeping like 10 activators makes it so you can forget about not making more for a while, and makes it easy. So this is the end of the run, and Evergreen, if you're in a pinch, you don't need to do Evergreen. This adds on probably the most time for the least amount of gear crates. Yet, that's the run. It's simple, easy. Next, you'll see what you get from it, and you'll see kind of a stockpile of mods I've obtained, mainly from doing this. And I don't break down mods all the time. I usually wait until I really know what I'm doing with a build. And sometimes maybe I want to switch a build so I don't break them down super quick, especially the legendaries. However, pretty much all the purple mods and blue mods you get can be tossed until you find a legendary version. Materials, you get an okay haul on materials. You get ammo. This copper ammo, if you're not using it yourself, turns into gunpowder. There's 19 gunpowder I got from that one run. These are all the mods. There's a lot of them. Like, you get a lot of mods from doing this run. And I don't break them down all that often, but you can get a lot. And this is, what is that? Oh, 400 Stardust. And we probably get another, I don't know, those weapons don't look that high in rating, but, you know, that's over 10, 12 runs, you get an extra 500 Stardust, which is a rare resource. Anyways, catch you later. That's the run. Hopefully you enjoyed and made something out of this.